So if I said the words Fright Fest, would you know what I'm talking about? Well, those two words belong to a theme park named Six Flags, which I'm sure you've heard of. Recently, they decided to drop an announcement for this year's Halloween event that they normally do, but this time they're looking to change the landscape going forward forever. And if you are a Halloween Horror Nights fan, obviously you watch this channel, there's a few key reasons of why I think this announcement could be very scary to Universal fans, but we'll talk more about that a little later.
This fall at Six Flags, something epic is coming. Featuring brand new mazes inspired by iconic horror franchises, Six Flags Fright Fest is scarier and stranger than ever.
First, we got to talk about that announcement. Six Flags, which features Fright Fest. That is their Halloween event, much like Universal does Halloween Horror Nights, and the theme park is just Universal Studios, Orlando, or Hollywood. So with this announcement, there was more than just the big IPs. They are doing this event bigger and longer than they've ever done before. They're starting way in September 7th, and we're starting to see this across the board, especially a lot of haunts are starting that super early, and then maybe it'll roll into August, September, October. Just give it time, folks. I think that's where this is heading down the road. It's at their flagship parks, so Magic Mountain over in California, and then we have Six Flags Great Adventure in New Jersey. These ones are going to get the ultimate Fright Fest extreme experience. All the other Six Flags, maybe. You'll get something. Meaning like not every single park out there, because their list is super long. If you go and look at how many Six Flags there are, there's just no way, I think, for them as a company quite yet to replicate this on a bigger scale. Normally what Six Flags is daytime ticket experience. And if you don't know what that means, basically you brought a ticket to the daytime and then you were granted access to Fright Fest. So they are switching it this year to a hard ticket event. So it's a separate one. You have to buy its own ticket just to get into Fright Fest. Hopefully that helps them with the crowds and controlling some of the craziness that happens at some of the Six Flags. Hopefully this kind of cuts down that. This year they have the Saw franchise, which is going to take a look at the celebrating the 20 years. And this time it says the Conjuring universe. I'm not quite sure what's going to be the difference between last year and this year. And then what is the most shocking one here? The one that just blew my mind. Last year at Halloween Horror Nights, obviously we had Stranger Things season 4. One would think we've had Stranger Things at Halloween Horror Nights a couple years. It's a good relationship. Who knows? It says guests will be able to step into the popular Netflix series through this new immersive maze. Stay tuned for more details. Hurts a little bit. This one hurts.
Hurts a little bit. This one hurts.
Trick or Treat is coming to their event. Yep, that is right. Enter a dark and twisted candy trail nightmare on a jack-o'-lantern path of supernatural encounters. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is based upon the 2022 release that was on Netflix. I didn't mind that movie so much. I know a lot of people hated it, but that one is only going to be featured at the Six Flags Great Adventure Park. It won't be featured at any of the other ones. And that is sort of the general announcement of what Six Flags dropped. But I know you're probably asking yourself, this is Six Flags. Why should I even care? The quality of the mazes were not that good. Yeah, there's a few reasons of why maybe you should care if you're a Halloween Horror Nights fan that you may not be thinking of. So when it comes to something like Fright Fest being a competitor on the likes that we haven't seen, because at least here in Orlando, our competitors are what? You know, local haunts, and they have Hollow Scream, Tampa and Orlando. Orlando being the closest, I still have not seen them reach that potential to even put even a slight dent in when it comes to Halloween Horror Nights, because, well, Halloween Horror Nights is where you go to experience a premium event. So the thing is about the Six Flags Fright Fest, not only, like I said, exclusively some of the parks are getting this experience, some of them are going to be not getting it. Going forward, if they can perfect that and offer a unique experience across the board, that could definitely be kind of interesting, because as Horror Night prices go up, what if you live near those theme parks? Are you going to say, I'm going to go to Six Flags? They're offering Conjuring, they're offering Saw, they're offering some newer IPs. Who knows what can happen with that? But what does this tell me about Halloween Horror Nights? There are two troubling factors here. Number one being, we've had these properties before, so what has changed in the relationship? Who knows behind the scenes if maybe Stranger Things, maybe Netflix, this was their last straw. This was like, look, we'll give y'all Stranger Things this year, and then we're gonna cut ties. We've had this happen before where we've had Scream at the property and then last minute something fell through and it got switched. We've also had this with Beetlejuice. That's why they went ahead and opened it. We have no clue when it comes to these contracts of what they sign and what's the negotiations on that stuff. We just want the property. We don't care how much Universal's gonna take a loss. We want The Conjuring. We want Scream. We wouldn't mind Trick or Treat coming back. Something to worry about down the road, because what if this is a success for Six Flags? What if this sets them on a new pathway and they have these working relationships? Well, obviously they already have Warner Brothers, so they can use some of their stuff. Maybe they can get the Strangers at their event. I mean, this is the stuff I'm potentially worried about, but also I can't stop thinking about how fascinating it is for a new theme park experience to sort of be reborn in this new era of how the industry has kind of shifted things and how Horror Nights has changed in general. And maybe that's a future video I have to make, because it's happening right before our very eyes. And a lot of people are not really thinking about this or talking about this. Leave this video a like if you want me to make that video, because there's something glaring right there in front of people, but no one is talking about it. So I have to ask you, if, like, let's say 2 years from now, Six Flags announced that they have you know, The Conjuring new film, they have Scream, and they have It Chapter 1 and 2 coming to their event, especially if the cost is lower than it is to go to Halloween Horror Nights. Would that be something that you would be interested in? Let me know down in the comment section, what do you all feel about this? What do you all think? Are you excited? Are you definitely gonna go check it out this season? And let me know if you kind of like this style of video. Tried to do something a little bit different with it, so let me know that as well. Peace out, everybody.